Hey, what's up guys? I'm Steve Wells, and today we are going to be talking about ASICS' second version of one of their higher cushion daily trainers, and that is the ASICS Novablast 2. So watching some different reviews of the original Novablast and the current version of the Novablast, it seemed like a lot of people really liked it. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why. But we'll get to that in just a second. Right now, head down to the description, click on the link to my Patreon, consider becoming a patron, help me out, help out the channel, help keep me doing what I'm doing. Be sure to also like and subscribe while you're down there. But getting right into it with some pros on the ASICS Novablast. So when it comes to the cushioning on the shoe, you get lots of super soft cushioning. So in terms of that $130 category that this shoe falls into, it's gonna be one of the higher cushion shoes in the category. So you've also got the Hoka Clifton, which is, I would say, kind of similar cushioning wise, not quite as squishy, maybe a little bit more though. And there are some other more cushiony shoes in that category, but in terms of max cushion shoes, normally fall into like that 150. These days more like 160, 170 even, depending on the shoe dollar range. When it comes to the fit of this shoe, it worked pretty well with my foot. Just the shape of the shoe, the kind of padded heel collar and padded tongue, I think a lot of people will like as well. I also just love that ASICS is trying some new stuff instead of just sticking with their kind of staples like the Nimbus, the Cumulus, and that kind of thing, and just making the same thing over and over. They're trying some new stuff, trying to be a little innovative, and giving us things like the Novablast, the Nimbus Light, the Kayano Light, and that type of thing. Moving into some cons of this shoe, so it definitely has an interesting design to it, and I did find that whenever I was running in it, even though it's actually an 8mm drop, so not crazy high or anything, more similar to like some of Saucony's shoes and stuff like that, even lower than some of ASICS' other shoes, I did feel like I was kind of leaning forward in it in a weird way. I don't know why that is, but it almost felt like when you're wearing like ski boots and you're just kind of in a forward ready position, and I didn't really like that about it. I also found with this kind of big chunky heel, it seemed like it was kind of encouraging more of that heel strike, and it has lots of cushioning under there to help absorb some of that shock, but I'm normally more midfoot, forefoot striker, and I didn't like that it seemed like it was kind of forcing me to land on my heel a little bit more. If you're already a heel striker, that might be something that is a pro for you though. Along with that higher cushion, softer feel, I also feel like it's almost too soft. Whenever I'm running along in it, I feel like it's just absorbing all of the energy whenever I'm coming down, and then I don't have any kind of push off because I'm just squishing into cushioning. And along with that, I did feel like, since it was kind of leaning me forward, it also felt like I was collapsing in more. And so with all of that soft cushioning just crushing into this corner here, and felt like it was making me pronate more than I already do, and kind of in an uncomfortable way. Also with that cushioning, I would be a little bit worried about the durability of this shoe, especially if you're a heavier runner. A lot of times with that super soft cushioning, you will just crush it down super quickly, and I feel like with me putting a lot of pressure in specific spots when I'm in this shoe, I would end up smashing down the cushioning well before the midsole wore out, but a little bit prematurely. I was also noticing some problems with the breathability of this shoe. It does have a little bit thicker mesh on the upper, And that's not something that I normally notice or have a problem with in most shoes, but I was noticing that my feet felt like they were getting really hot in these. Also, with the design of this shoe, they're really going kind of out of the box looks wise, and I could totally get if you love the looks of this shoe, but I'm not really super crazy about it. I think it would be cool if you didn't have this kind of ledge that is back on the heel here that actually whenever you're walking around gets caught on things and that type of thing. If it was maybe a little more like the Clifton Edge or the Bondi X or something like that, where it was a little bit smoother transition into this big chunky heel, I still wouldn't be super crazy about it, but I would like it a little bit more than what they've done here. So who would I recommend this shoe for? I would recommend it for somebody that is looking for something with a little bit more cushion in that $130 category. Probably someone that is already a heel striker and just needs some more surface area and padding back there to help absorb some of that shock. So will I continue wearing this shoe? As you could probably tell from the number of cons that I had with it, I probably won't. Just with the way it kind of forces me to stand and land in a specific way whenever I'm moving in it, I don't really like about it. I like shoes that kind of let me do a little bit more of what my feet want to do, land mid-foot, forefoot when I want to, land on my heel when I want to, and that type of thing, which this shoe wasn't giving to me. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, be sure to like and subscribe down below. Check out the link to my Patreon while you're down there, and I will talk to you guys next week.